Welcome into our Citrus TV studios for this No Pulp Webisode. I'm Avin. That is Adam Gotkin. And Adam, there is a #1 team, a new one at the top of the national rankings, and it is Texas. Georgia down to 2 now. And Texas this week, they played a bad defensive UTSA team. It wasn't Quinn Ewers, though, that led the charge. It was Arch Manning. What are your first thoughts?
Arch Manning came into this game with a 14-0 lead in the red zone. He didn't have to do anything hard at all. I think that I could have gone into that game, and Texas would have still won. The offensive line, the wide receivers for Texas were that much better than UTSA. It didn't matter what Arch did at all.
He had a 67-yard touchdown run. Mannings don't do that. I don't care if he was going up against an SEC defense or this bad UTSA defense. Not to mention the fact that he had a 75-yard touchdown, a 67-yard touchdown, a 51-yard touchdown. I mean, he was all over the place.
To wide open guys.
But look, I don't care. Again, I don't care what defense he played because he looked comfortable back there. If in a couple weeks he's going to be the guy for this Longhorns offense, I mean, he looks pretty good, and I feel pretty confident. You see it right there on your screen from this weekend, 223 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, and not to mention, he can run the ball. That is going to make this Texas offense dangerous, an offense that already, even if Quinn Ewers is behind center, has no weaknesses.
There's nothing that Arch Manning adds that Quinn Ewers doesn't. He will not be the starter once Ewers is healthy. All he is a prospect who looks pretty good, who happens to have the same last name as some NFL legends. If his last name was not Manning, he'd just be another guy. The fact that he is Eli and Peyton and Cooper, related to all of them, is the only reason that we are talking about this right now. And look, I think Arch Manning is a good football player. I think he's going to be good after another year sitting behind Quinn Ewers. I think he might have a Dwayne Haskins-esque rise where he's then going to be a first-round pick. But this talk that he's this generational talent, ESPN putting him as the graphic for Texas being the #1 team in the country, it's just too far. It's just too much. Quinn Ewers is still the guy.
All right, well, we're going to see if Arch Manning will continue to be under center for the Longhorns in the next couple weeks when they face some more difficult SEC opponents. Stay with us for the full No Pulp show on Citrus TV's YouTube.